I have one question that I would love if you would
Yeah.
answer.
Okay.
What would you say to women, wives, that are like, man, everything you're talking about, I want to do that. Like, I want to be home. I don't want to work.
Yeah.
I want to be home, but my husband won't let me do that. Like, he wants me to work. He doesn't want me to be home because of the finances. What would you say to a husband who wants his wife to keep working and doesn't want her home?
Be a man.
Okay.
No, but seriously, like, we should be the ones that carry the load. You know, I grew up on a farm, right? And my dad worked hard growing up, right? And we didn't always have excess growing up. We got excess later when my mom got a job. But honestly, when she got a job and I was a teenager, I started getting into a whole bunch of garbage that I probably wouldn't have gotten into had my mom stayed at home and been at home and
Yeah.
provided that stability that I still needed as a young teenager. So, but my dad, he shouldered it, right? He provided. And, you know, fast forward now to today, you know, obviously my mom's passed away. My dad's 76 now, 76 years old now. And, but even all the way up until she passed away, they were so blessed.
Yeah.
So blessed. The farm's paid for now, and you know, and it's just it's a whole different thing. But you know, I grew up seeing that, and I would say, men, be the provider, be the man, be somebody who works hard and says, you know what, I'm going to be the one that provides for my family. I'm going to make a life so that my wife doesn't have to grind all day and have some jerk boss, you know, breathing down her neck.
Which your mom had that too.
My mom had that. She was
made her
so
miserable.
She was
Like,
miserable.
She was great. I loved your mom, and
Yeah.
I still love your mom. But she would tell me
Yeah.
that she was miserable because her boss was horrible, treated her really bad.
Treated her horrible. And then when that guy who eventually did start treating her better, you know, as the years went on, he basically retires, gives the company to his son. His son treated my mom worse than the guy's dad did it in the first place. Treated her horrible.
Yeah.
She didn't have to go through that.
Right.
Right. And I'm not being critical, you know, like, you know, it was what it was. But the reality was, like, you know, if a man is willing to grind and to work hard and to provide for the family, look, sometimes, you know, you got to do what you got to do to make, you know, like, let's say you hit a hard time, you hit a hard patch, whatever. I get that. You know, we're not saying, hey, it's a sin for a woman to work, but I'm just saying, like, if a man is willing to work hard and provide for his family and maybe not try to keep up with the Joneses, right? Like, oh, I need my wife to work so that we can have this extra money so that we can have these nicer things, right? If a man is willing to work hard and the wife is willing to sacrifice some things, but to work, you know, from home, to live as a homemaker, right?
And there's a lot of benefits, I would think, for a man who does that with his wife, because initially you see like the impact financially, but outside of that, it's like now you have a peaceful home. It's in order. When you come home, it's peaceful. Like you can start working on areas of your marriage that have suffered because before you never had time for it. Like your wife's happy when you get home. Like there's a whole different dynamic in your marriage. And I think too, like if men that are resistant to that, they understand that it would change everything, the whole dynamic in the home.
I don't think it's, you know, that's why I was like, you asked the question, what would you say to a man? Be a man. Like, honestly, like, that's not, what kind of a man are you if you're making your wife have to go work some job in order to provide for the family.
Yeah.
Like, we have to be willing to say, you know what, I'm going to provide, I'm going to work. And we may not have those extra resources. We may not have the nicer vehicles at first. We may not be able to live, we may not be able to own a house right away because, you know what, we're going to do this the Bible way, and I'm going to work hard. And if I work hard, my Bible is very clear about the blessings that come from working hard. The Bible talks about how God will bless your hard work and make you fruitful, make you even rich, the Bible talks about. Because if you're willing to put the effort in, God will begin to bless it. And so I think, men, you may have to sacrifice a little bit, but be the one that says, you know what, I will do it. If you got to work, like if you're in ministry and you're working full-time in the ministry, you may have to work a night job. You might have to, as a man, you might have to work a little extra to bring in a little bit of extra money. You need to do what you need to do to provide and create a biblical marriage and a biblical family. Hey guys, if you like this episode, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel. Make sure you click the little bell as well to be notified whenever we have new content available. I know you're going to be incredibly blessed by the content that we're putting out. And I also want to encourage you, make sure you look us up and follow us on all social media platforms. My page is at Evangelist Chris Michelson on all social media platforms. We love you, and God bless you.